What's a rule your employer implemented that backfired terribly? My company implemented a productivity transparency system where every employee's computer screen was randomly screenshot every 10 minutes and posted to a public dashboard for accountability and inspiration. Within 3 weeks, the entire IT department had quit. Someone had leaked confidential salary information visible in the screenshot, and one executive's affair was exposed when personal messages appeared on the company-wide display. The system, designed to increase productivity, ultimately cost the company $12 million and resulted in our CEO being fired by the board. The idea came from our CEO, Richard, who'd read some article about radical transparency in tech startups. He believed that if everyone could see what everyone else was working on at any moment, we'd all work harder and collaborate better. He paid $50,000 to have custom software developed that would take random screenshots and display them on a rotating basis on monitors throughout the office and on our company intranet. Nobody could opt out. Richard said privacy concerns were just excuses to slack off. If we were working, we had nothing to hide. The screenshots were supposedly smart and wouldn't capture passwords, but that was the only protection. Day one was chaos. The first casualty was Jim from accounting, whose screenshot showed his bank account with $400,000 in it, an inheritance he'd never mentioned. Suddenly, everyone knew Jim was rich, and he started getting hit up for loans and getting resentment from coworkers struggling financially. Day three, the system captured Susan from HR looking at job listings on LinkedIn. She was fired immediately for disloyalty, which prompted 5 more people to quit in solidarity. They hadn't been job hunting before, but seeing someone fired for it made them start. Week 2 brought the salary incident. Tom from sales was negotiating his raise via email when the screenshot captured his whole conversation with management, including a spreadsheet showing everyone's salaries in the department. We discovered that new hires were making 30% more than 5-year veterans. The entire sales team threatened to quit unless immediate adjustments were made. The IT department found the whole system insulting and invasive. These were professionals who could work from anywhere, but chose to come to the office. Being watched like children was degrading. They organized mass resignation, all 12 of them, effective immediately. Our entire technical infrastructure was left unmanned, but the death blow came in week 3. Our CFO, Margaret, was captured in a screenshot writing an email that started with, "I can't wait to feel your hands on me again tonight," to someone who was definitely not her husband. The email was visible for only 10 seconds before rotating to the next screenshot, but dozens of employees saw it. Her husband, who also worked at the company, saw it too. The resulting divorce was messy and public. Margaret tried to sue the company for invasion of privacy. Her husband quit and took 3 major clients with him. The scandal made it to local news. Company spying system reveals executive affairs. Our stock price dropped 15% in 1 day. Richard tried to defend the system, saying these were unfortunate isolated incidents and that overall productivity was up 8%. What he didn't mention was that productivity was only up because people were working overtime from home to do actual work, since office hours were now spent carefully curating what appeared on their screens during potential screenshots. People had developed elaborate workarounds. They'd keep a decoy spreadsheet open at all times. They used their phones for any real communication. Some employees had 2 computers, one for actual work and one for screenshots. The system, meant to increase transparency, had actually made everyone more secretive. The board called an emergency meeting when they discovered Richard himself had been caught in a screenshot showing an email to his personal lawyer about protecting assets from company liability. He was preparing for the company to fail while telling investors everything was fine. His own transparency system had exposed his lack of faith in the company. Richard was fired immediately. The screenshot system was disabled the same day, but the damage was done. We lost 40% of our workforce, including irreplaceable IT talent. The lawsuits from various privacy violations cost millions in settlements. Our reputation as an employer was destroyed. We became a cautionary tale in business schools about how not to manage employees. The new CEO's first action was to implement the exact opposite policy. What happens on your computer stays on your computer. She also gave everyone a 20% raise to match what we were having to offer new hires to replace everyone who'd quit. The screenshot monitors were converted into a wall of fame, displaying employee achievements. The software Richard had paid $50,000 to develop was sold to a competitor for $1. They never implemented it. They just wanted to make sure nobody else could use it. Richard now runs a consultancy about mindful management. Nobody has hired him.